this game. Where does it get off being this good? What right does it have to be as fun as it is? As expansive as it is? As tiny as it is? As freaking scary as it is? Oh my god! Who told this game and its developer the secret to capture my heart, and apparently many others from what I've seen online? I cannot answer those questions because I didn't make the game. But I can tell you why the game is awesome regardless, and why maybe you should play it. See, Animal Well can best be described in one word. Discovery. This game has managed to pull off the feeling that I remember having as a kid the first time I went to a science museum or a history museum with one of those interactive activities where they hide a bunch of fossils in some sand and tell you to go digging like you're Indiana Jones. You're a little confused at first, not knowing what to expect, but the more you dig into that sand pile, the sooner you realize how huge the fossil is, how many fossils there are to begin with, or at least separate bones, and how they all somehow link together to paint an ecosystem that you would have never dreamed of until you found it. Despite this game's simple goal, which is collecting the different and interestingly named fire and eggs around the map, it's constantly pulling out these complex level designs and puzzles like it's an innocent magic trick. Although, half the tricks are anything but innocent. Part of the reason I like this game so much is that it also acknowledges the full breadth of what discovery means. The good, the bad, and the very ugly. See, when you play Animal Well, you would inevitably become more on edge the longer you play because you come across an animal that in any other circumstance you want to hold, except kangaroos. Ho, 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 ho! Nope, 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 nope. What was that noise? No, absolutely not. Fuck kangaroos. But now you find yourself running or dodging from. In a weird way, this game reminds you what it's like to encounter a wild animal. You don't know what to expect, kind of need to pause and evaluate the situation for a while, and unfortunately at one point you realize you're just going to have to go for it and see what happens. With mixed results. Like I mentioned before, part of the charm here is that these animals keep you on your toes, and while some of them are allies, many are not. One of my favorite early instances of the game is when you run into an ostrich. At first, I thought I'd do the usual gamer thing of hiding in the holes and then waiting for my opportunity to pop my head out like a whack-a-mole and dash away. That was the illusion I fed myself until that jackass actually stuck their head and broke their neck to figure out a way to wring mine. It was a genuinely terrifying moment for me that actually got an audible yelp out of me while I was playing it, and I loved it. And the truth is, the whole game is like that. Constantly playing with your expectations and asking you to get with the program or get left behind. Now, I make that sound harsher than it actually is, because truth be told, this game also ensures that you're never really lost. Confused at times, sure, this is still ultimately a puzzle game, but the level design and interconnectivity of the map is so meticulous that I'm never concerned that I'm truly stuck anywhere. I can come back to a puzzle when I have the right tool. As a side note, I'm a huge fan of the way this game uses these items. Again, they're like simple tools on the surface, but they end up becoming integral the longer you play, and again, are deceptively useful in these puzzles. Like, I audibly giggled to myself the moment I realized I could ride the disc. It was just like such a stupid thing that I wasn't expecting to happen, and it's the main way I traveled around this whole game. My only real snag with this game is the same one I usually have for large puzzle games. I inevitably hit a few points where I just don't know what puzzle to solve so that I can get closer to whatever end game the game wants me to have before I reach its other puzzles that are just for the people that want 100% it or something. And I even have a hard time calling this an actual issue because A, sometimes I'm just being an idiot, and B, I don't think this is the kind of game that would have benefited from explicit direction like that. Its subtle guiding approach is half of the charm that I've been speaking of here. I think this is one of those instances where a hands-off approach and letting the gamer just do what they want to do at their own pace actually adds rather than detracts to the overall enjoyment of this game. And lastly, and perhaps most excitedly, is I don't know how deep this game goes, and it seems like many others don't either. I'm not going to spoil much here, partially because I literally can't. Despite being 11 hours into the game and having collected all 4 of the flames after finally completing what was easily the game's most irritating puzzle yet with that damn ghost dog, a whole new level opened up that seems to expand as big as some of the other parts of the game that I've seen. And from some of the reviews that I've been seeing on Steam, it seems like there's even deeper level past that. And if the discount Sunderman that I ran into once I finally got to that bottom level are any indication, these deeper levels would be probably just as interesting as the stuff that I've seen on top. So, if you don't mind taking the kind of zoo trip that make you terrified of the outside for the rest of your life, but leaving you feeling at least a little bit more smart and accomplished, pick up Animal Well. I'll probably still be playing it even after this review. Thanks for watching. See ya.